It took real life and death stories and children to touch our hearts and bring us out of the dark on this issue.
They understand that with these very severe end-of-life cases, there is nothing in their arsenal to treat it.
A proposed committee bill that will contain this language on Charlotte's Web.
We just want the right to choose treatments for our daughter.
As a parent, it is our duty to protect them and to do everything in our power that we can to provide them with the best quality of life. RayAnn was actually one of my patients. She was 2.5 and she had been hospitalized for non-medical shelter reasons. The night that we brought her home, we had immediate family over, so my sisters and my parents and Peyton and his sister came over to visit with her and meet her. She was meant to be part of our family and we knew it immediately. When you have someone that you love and care for who's ill, it brings everyone together to do whatever they have to do to help that person. RayAnn has tried all of the treatment options that are available. You know, we've given modern medicine a try. She's been on dozens of anti-epileptic drugs. She's not a candidate for epilepsy surgery. She does have a vagal nerve stimulator implanted in her chest. Once we heard about Charlotte's Web in the media and in the news, and it quickly gained a lot of press in the epilepsy community, because for this group of patients that RayAnn is in that are intractable, who don't respond to treatment, this is something that's working. So I'm more frustrated for her, especially now that we know there's a treatment available and it's working for other people, but we can't get access to it.
Just praying for them to have an open mind.
Not these over here. No.
How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm Peyton. I'll give you a hug too. Glad y'all are here.
Thank you.
Sure.
She tried them all. She was sent home on a do not resuscitate.
You spent 3 years of your life to adopt a little girl who is severely ill with epilepsy and cerebral palsy. And you're unwilling now to break the law because what you fear so greatly is that you would lose her. You're a very remarkable being. Thank you for being with us.
As long as you cannot get intoxicated from this and be a hazard on the roads or in the community, we would support it.
Got all settled in, and this morning we are heading up to the Stanley Brothers farm where they grow Charlotte's Web. The grow is a very professionally run operation they got going there. I mean, there's hundreds of pounds of, CBD waiting to be made into oil. It's the first step in the long process of creating the CBD oil. I was very impressed. I was very impressed with just everything about it. We're going to get to see the second step today, which is pretty fascinating, going to the lab and watching them extract the CBD out of it. So it's going to be pretty neat. It's fascinating to see how each of the Stanley brothers have their role in this, whether it's growing it, whether it's the media relations, whether it's the business side of it, whether it's the laboratory side of it. They all have a role and they all know what their role is and they're comfortable with that. And, it just really works well.
I think that my family was handed this to carry and to be stewards of, and it has become like a calling for us. But who in their life gets to see people get their lives back, people get healed, make a positive social impact a positive change on our society that's needed to happen for many years. So I have very strong feelings about them being the right people to represent this in Florida. It's awesome to see people step up who have the heart and the ability to carry this forward in their area.
With starting the nonprofit, one of our goals is to legalize this strain of non-euphoric marijuana in Florida. RayAnn is a child who is out of treatment options, and we know that there's something available that we're trying to educate the public to be more aware and more open to this.
And I think that it takes little stories like Charlotte's, and it takes people like the Mosleys to show a legitimate use of this plant to help bring us out of that state of insanity of prohibiting people from access to one of the plants on this planet.